Hello there, this Flash Studios guy here, and welcome to the Stories from the Smelting Shed Director's Commentary. Before we start, I really ought to thank you all. Before we start, I really ought to thank all you lovely people on Tinternet, because without you, there wouldn't really be a show, and what a show it's been. We've witnessed our favourite little tank engine and his friends face off against ghosts, cryptids, and supernatural phenomena of all sorts. Now, it goes without saying, this show has not been easy to create. Many a time I've sat in front of my computer, staring endlessly at a blank or half-completed page, desperately trying to recall how I wrote my puppets into the scenario they're in and how I'm going to get them out of it. Then there's the technical side to creating the videos, having to locate and place every engine and rolling stock, sometimes going from one end of the map to the other, trying to get just the right angle so that something looks good, realizing I missed a scene and having to reload my software and take yet another hour to set up a shot. And then there was what I christened the war of man versus machine, where my MacBook began to show signs she was ready for Silicon Heaven, but I was determined to get what service I could out of her before she did. But despite all the tribulations I've been through, it's been fun making the show. But I really shouldn't take all the credit, because there's a lot of people who have helped me create this show. My first shout out goes to my proofreader, Henry's Haunted Forest, who has earnestly listened to me talk about the various elements of the show, proofread my scripts, and given his opinions on what should and shouldn't go in. Then there's my lovely talented voice actors. It's true I could have done all the voices myself, but I felt like I wanted to cash in on the vast community of voice actors out there. People like my good friend, Blue Q Productions, who I've known for years, and people like Caleb, the original CJC, who I wouldn't have known if I'd simply decided it was a solo project. And whilst I've never spoken to them, they are the wonderful people whose Roblox maps I have used as sets for the project, and the wonderful people whose soundtracks and effects I have utilised in the project. Now, no doubt a lot of you have commented that my work has heavily been inspired by such episodic thrillers as Rod Sterling's Twilight Zone and Tales from the Crypt, and I don't deny that. The great thing about writing one-off stories is there's no continuity to keep track of. You don't have to remember who's alive and who's dead, who's with who and who isn't with who. You can just write, and if you want to bring back a character, that's up to you. Just make sure you've a logical reason behind that decision. Now, I feel I should talk about my second brainchild, the Fogman. I felt the show would carry some weight if each episode was to open and end with you being addressed by a well-spoken individual who made you feel at ease yet uncomfortable at the same time, and thus Fogman was born. I called him the Fogman because I felt that would give him the level of mystique I wanted to convey, with only appearing in dense fog, plus the season 5 episode Thomas and Friends Haunted Henry, featuring the character of Old Bailey, a Fogman who was mistaken for a ghost, so giving the Fogman that title worked because it eases him so well into the world of Thomas. Well, I think that really more or less wraps things up. I do sincerely hope you've enjoyed watching and or listening to Stories from the Smelting Shed, and I sincerely do hope you'll be watching season 2 when it releases. Oh yeah, that's right, this thing did so well, I'd already planned on a second season before I'd even finished writing season 1. So, goodbye for now, and as our dear friend the Fogman would say, do be careful out there.